You can probably hear that it's raining outside. I'm actually going to continue recording anyway because I think that adds a nice bit of atmosphere. I can't abbreviate that. Totes abreves. This week I've pulled something in my back, which means that I finally feel like I've been welcomed into the club of adults. The adult club. That's not really what I meant.
Idiot. I had to film this later on because I got home and didn't film it in the car. Sorry.
Are you an idiot? I'm an idiot. I've done lots of idiotic things in my life. I will probably continue to do some idiotic things in my life. Probably because, well, I'm a human being and we all do idiotic things on a regular basis. Some of us more than others, eh? But what does it all mean? I mean, it probably means nothing at all, because meaning is something which you gain in the moment or with other people, because, well, in this vast, cold, uncaring universe, really all we have is each other and the experience of the terrifying beauty of the universe and the life examined around us. That's... Oh, idiot. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, we'll look at the meaning of that. When you Google idiot and then you set Google to images, which is a sentence I just said that probably children are laughing at everywhere, a bit like when you used to watch your gran use the channel changer, the doofer, the remote control for the telly, and they were trying to get it to work, so they'd be like... If you Google image idiot, you will find that some likely scamps have managed to fill Google. They've managed to fill Google. They haven't filled Google. They've managed to trick Google, or they've managed to saturate so many images of Donald Trump to be associated with the word idiot that if you Google image idiot, you will find Mr. Trump as the top results. Which is very pleasing, because that gives me faith that not all computer people who are computer literate, are on 4chan and saying horrible things about women and people who are not white or men. For my United States viewers, I may remind you, or you may not know this, that Trump is actually British English for fart. After today's 2018 midterm elections, I've just said that so that I can date it, so that when you watch this in the future, if it exists in the future, if we haven't all died in a nuclear holocaust, then you can go back to this video and you'll be able to date it. Isn't that amazing? Isn't saying words amazing on video? After today's 2018 midterm elections, I think this Trump will be lingering somewhat. Not sorry for that joke. I'm not even slightly sorry. Look up idiot and find the definition, and you will find an amusing smorgasbord of synonyms for idiot. Fool, jerk, moron, nitwit, stupid, twit, blockhead, bonehead, cretin, dimwit, dork, dumbbell, dunce, ignoramus, imbecile, kook, muttonhead, nincompoop, ninny, pinhead, simpleton, tomfool, and according to thesaurus.com, out to lunch, which it doesn't really roll off the tongue. I mean, someone cuts you up on a roundabout, you don't go, oh, out to lunch. Maybe you do. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Antonyms, again, according to antonyms are brain or genius. Now, again, I'm not sure that you might use the term brain. You might go, oh, that person is a brain. I mean, the only other time I think I've ever heard that was in that film P.S. I Love You, which made me cry like a little boy who'd fallen over and skinned his knee. It wasn't P.S. I Love You. It was in Law Abiding Citizen, which has the same guy in it, and Law Abiding Citizen is like P.S. I Love You, but with dead bodies, basically. I don't know whether you've seen either of those films. Anyway, I'd like to submit another antonym for idiot, and I'd like that antonym to be Alan, as in Alan Moore, the etymology of which is clear, because Alan Moore writes amazing things, right? Anyway, here's the example. Ah, Mary, you appear to have solved the Riemann Hypothesis. Here is £1 million and also a lollipop. Jolly good, Mary. What an Alan, how Alan of you. It's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, we should all use it now. Let's all use it all the time. Yeah. The etymology of idiot is very clear. It goes back to ancient Greece. It basically means private, or to keep one to oneself. It's where we get the word idiosyncrasy, which means, you know, a quirk of behaviour unique to an individual. Or idiom, which is usually a phrase or word which is unique to an individual or group of people, or ideology, which is a way of thinking which is unique to a group of people or a person. Or if you're nose fiddler and living philosopher Slavoj Žižek, you would say ideology. The idio bit obviously pertaining to one group or one person. Now, for years, I've been telling people that idiot is an old Greek word that means someone who doesn't take part. And I guess that's sort of true, i.e. to be private, to be oneself. But what I mean when I say that is someone who didn't take part in either voting or civil discourse. Now, I thought that because I was taught that at university by somebody who is much more intelligent than me. As much as I love this definition, as much as I love this particular description of this word, it turns out that it might not be true. You see, although most of the blogs and most of the posts and most of the good definitions of this word out there, the good etymologies of this word out there that exist, do actually attest to what I've just said, that idiot is a term from ancient Greece which referred to people who didn't take part in civil discourse or voted. Wikipedia, annoyingly and quite well sourced and cited, disagrees. You read from the paragraph from Wikipedia that I found. Many political commentators have interpreted the word idiot as reflecting the ancient Greeks' attitude to civic participation and private life, combining the ancient meaning of private citizen with the modern meaning fool to conclude that the Greeks used the word to say that it is selfish and foolish not to participate in public life. In fact, this is incorrect. Though the Greeks did value civic participation and criticise non-participation, they did not use idiot to describe non-participants or in any derogatory sense. Its most common use was simply a private citizen or amateur, as opposed to a government official, professional or expert. The derogatory sense came centuries later and was unrelated to the political one. Damn it. No, I know it's Wikipedia, but it's actually quite well cited, this particular quote, and although I couldn't look at the sources because they were on sites that my computer was scared of, and or they were books which I couldn't either read or see properly, I suspect it's probably true. I don't know, if you know, put it in the comments or let me know. Maybe approach me in the street. Don't do that. Don't. Also, nobody watches these videos. If you're going to approach me in the street, you're probably going to be someone I know or my mum. Anyway, 16 to 18 centuries later, 16 to 1800 years later, the French picked this up and translated it into, well, there was a Latin form of idiot, which was idios. The French used this as a word, a pejorative term for people who were, well, mentally simple. This idiomatic term, see what I did there, passed out into the culture then and became part of French and, well, generally Latin-speaking words, lexicon, parlance. It then became a technical term for any number of mental maladies or disabilities or, you know, just maybe not quite being as sharp as everybody around you. And then it passed right out the other side and became a term which was actually offensive. So a bit like the word retarded, actually, which is a word that leaves a horrible taste in my mouth as a British English speaker, but I think is probably still acceptable in the United States. Maybe? I don't know. Again, let me know. And now the modern day, where it's sort of lost all of that baggage that it had, the Greek baggage and the Latin baggage and the mental malady baggage, and now it's just become a term that, well, people like me use in sort of a mildly middle-class-ish way, I guess. How do you like to use it? I like to use it in the context of people who don't care or are not taking part, basically based on the version of the definition I gave you earlier on. I like to use it for people who undertake on the motorway, or for people who overtake you on the motorway and then slow down, for people who tailgate you on the motorway. I spend a lot of time on the motorway, a lot of time. Anyway, it's raining quite hard now. It was raining quite hard this morning, and it's probably going to rain quite hard for the next 5 months, maybe 6 months, maybe all year round. Welcome to England. Anyway, like, here's a video about some other words, and here's a story which I've written and then put on video. And if you touch the thing on my on my face, on my big face, you can this round thing here, which I'm describing with my fingers perfectly. You can do a subscribe. Enjoy your week or something. Bye.